suppose that we are using in the last case as 1101 input. Okay, this is the binary input, and we have the output Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. These are the three outputs we have. Okay, and how many combination you require to get the similar output? You have to achieve it. Initially, this particular clock signal you have to provide as 0. So when you provide a clock signal 0, what is its output? Output is 0. Okay. So now, yes, output is 0. Now, how many clock pulses you require to get the similar output as you are inputting from here? So how many clock pulses you require? Quickly give your response. How many clock pulses? Yes, 4 clock pulses you require. This is first because we have the 4-bit binary number, and if you apply that binary number 4 times, then you will get the final output similar as the input. Okay, so this is the truth table you have to create for this type of output. So you have to perform the operation. Quickly give your response. What is the input at this level? What is the input to this Q0? I have explained you the right shift. Now you have to complete into the left shift. Yes, the input to this number is 0001. Okay, because this 0 is shifting toward the right hand side. Okay, and this 1 is placed right here. Okay, what is the next input? What is the next input? Next input is this one. Okay, you have to take this one as an input. This is next input. Now you have to shift this bit. So this is again shifted toward this side. Okay, what is the next input? What is the next input? Yes, next input is 0110. So you have to take the next input as 0. Okay, and you have to shift this one toward the left hand side. Again, this one is shifted toward the left hand side, and this 0 will be shifted to the left hand side. Okay, and lastly, you have to take the input from here. Okay, this is 1, then it is shifted toward the left hand side. Okay, and again you will get the similar input which you are transmitting from the this is your input, and this is your output. So you will get the same output as you have inputted this binary number. Okay, it is the same binary number which you have inputted. So how many clock pulses you require? You require 4 clock pulses to get the output similar as the input. Okay, okay, let's this is the input D. Okay, this is the input D, and we are performing the serial input parallel output operation. So which type of input we have to provide right here? Cascaded type or parallel type? D0. Then this one is Q1 and D1, Q2 and D2, and Q3 and D3. Okay. So these are the 4 flip-flop, and you will take the input and output across these. And here you will get the output as Q0. Here you will get the output as Q1, Q2, and Q3. Okay, these are the 4 outputs you will receive. And which type of outputs? These outputs are parallel outputs, and these inputs are serial input. Okay, you have to take as common. Okay, this is a clock pulse. This is your MSB flip-flop, and this is your LSB flip-flop in serial out. Okay. Next configuration is parallel input, parallel output. Represent these things with different colors. So this is Q3, Q2, Q1, and Q0. And we can check the input as this is a D0 input, D1 input, D2 input, and D3 inputs. So this is called parallel in, parallel out. The number of clock required is one clock signal, because in one clock signal it will revert, or it will transfer all the data from serial to the parallel. Okay. For parallel output data, we required the clock pulse equal to 0 pulse. Okay. For input, you required clock pulse as 1, and for output, you required clock pulse as 0. After 3 clock pulses, you have to find out the output. You have to shift the bit toward the right hand side. Okay. You have to shift the bit toward the right hand side. This data you will check as clock pulse is high. Okay, let's suppose that this is the first clock. This is first clock is high. So you will use the one signal at this moment. Then if this first time this clock signal is high, next time we will consider this clock signal as low. Time this clock signal we will take as high. So quickly give your response. After 3 clock pulses, what is the output? In the next clock pulse, this clock pulse is low, we will place 0. In the next clock pulse, this clock is high. Okay, so you have to shift toward the right hand side. So you will get 1, then 0, then 1. Okay, again you have to shift toward the right. You will get 0, then 1, then 0. So after the third clock pulse, you will get the output like this. Okay, we are not performing the fourth step. So you will get the output 1010. Pulse, all the data is transferred simultaneously. Okay, as you have seen in parallel out, this is the parallel in, parallel out operation. Okay, let's suppose that you are providing 1011. Okay, so in one clock pulse you will transfer all the data. For complete transfer of n bit of data, okay, n clock pulses are required. Let's suppose that there are 4 bit. Okay, so you require the 4 clock signals. Okay, so if you want to transmit the n bit, you have to have n clock pulses to transfer that data. So it is faster, and it is slower, because all the data will be transferred in serial manner. What is the next difference between sending registers and the receiving registers? So more connection, required, and here less connections is complex, and circuit is simple as data storage. Okay, we can use this shift register as data storage. Okay, bit manipulation. Okay, then we are using this shift register for time delay. So what is, they can represent this time delay? You can represent this time delay by the delta t, and delta t is equal to n into t. You can represent t with the help of, what is t? T is equal to 1 upon f. Okay, so 1 upon f is your t. Okay, t is the time period. So how you can measure the time? Let's suppose that this is your time. So this is the time, and what is the frequency of this particular 1 upon t, or t is equal to 1 upon f. Okay, so you can represent this time period is equal to t is equal to 1 upon f. N is the number of flip flop.